Hey everyone, I'm Justin with AmericanMuscle.com, and today we are breaking down the C&L Axleback with the polished tips available for your 2011 through 2014 GT Mustang. Now, you should be checking out this C&L setup for your ride if you're after, I would say, an affordable, middle-of-the-road system in regards to overall volume, but one that, to me, is very reminiscent of the classic S197 GT500 muffler, which, if you're familiar, you know just how good those things sound and how coveted they are in the S197 world. But with all that said, there's still more to talk about here at this very, very likable system, so let's get into things. But let's dive headfirst into our sound clips here, guys, and as you heard at the very top of this video, the C&L cans are certainly going to deliver a nice deep rumble at idle that really tends to wake up with RPM. Certainly not the loudest system in C&L's pretty expansive lineup, but it's also no slouch overall. So, breaking out my patented Wake the Neighbor scale, I'm going to throw this system up at a healthy 3 out of 5 on my 1 to 5 or 1 to Wake the Neighbor scale. Now, if you did ultimately want something a little bit louder, I would say the C&L Sport, which is going to utilize more of a Roush-styled muffler, along with the C&L Muffler Delete, would definitely be worth a look. Now, on the other hand, if you are a fan of something that's not really going to piss the neighbors off every morning you start the car and really can be controlled by your right foot, then the standard oval muffler system that we have on the table today, I would think is going to be a very popular choice. More so once we talk about construction and price point later on in the video. Now, if you do remember what I said at the top of the video, guys, I really get a lot of those S197, 10 through 14 GT500 muffler sounds out of the C&L oval setup. Maybe a touch louder here out of the C&L, but the sound profile overall certainly reminiscent of that, and that's one of the big reasons I'm a fan of this system alone. Another big reason to enjoy this system is that full stainless steel build at a very affordable price point. Now, this particular option is going to utilize 409 grade stainless throughout, including the very small amount of 3-inch mandrel bent tubing. Obviously, you got your straight through performance style mufflers here, perforated tube in there. It's going to kind of help shape that sound, deliver more of that deep thumping tone at idle, and then all exiting out the twin 4-inch polished tips. Now, the tips themselves are made from 304 grade stainless steel, and the tips are removable, which I really like, guys, because when you have a little bit more adjustment in the tip itself here, and basically it's not welded to the muffler, it just makes getting everything aligned a little bit easier at the end of the day. So big fan of that. And also a quick heads up here, guys, this system is also available with a black tip instead. So if you wanted more of a stealthy look, you can find that here on the site for the exact same price point. Which, by the way, is a great time to segue into our pricing segment. Really attractive here again for a full stainless steel system from C&L, coming in south of $500. Bit of a rarity in the category for the oval muffler system. Now, will there be more affordable systems out there on the site? Sure, but chances are those are going to consist of way less muffler, which in turn will deliver a way more aggressive sound. And reality is, guys, not everybody wants that. Now, other options in this kind of price point ballpark will be the other C&L systems I just mentioned. There's actually a couple like no-name options on the site for a lot less. And there might even be a pipe system that will fall in line with the C&Ls here, but that's pretty much it. Most of your other big name systems from Borla, Magnaflow, Corsa, they're gonna be in the $700, $800, $900 range or even more. So again, at $500 or less, I really do like what the C&L is delivering. Last but not least, it's time to talk install. And one of the great things about the 11 to 14 Axlebacks is that they feature a 100% bolt-on installation. No need for any cutting or anything crazy. Because of that, the site's gonna call it 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. I'll call it a soft 2 out of 3 wrenches, maybe a couple of hours to complete from start to finish. Now, one thing I didn't mention, guys, C&L does include all of the necessary clamps. They are pretty nice too for the price. Clamps to get everything in place, including your tips onto the muffler, and then of course everything else in place here. But now, give you a better idea of just what to expect in the garage or driveway, let's throw it out to the shop for our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown.
Tools required for this install include impact gun, a ratchet, an extension, 13mm shallow and deep socket, 15mm socket, and some penetrating fluid. What's up, guys? Today we're installing an exhaust on our Mustang. First, we're going to watch a quick uninstall video showing you how to remove your factory mufflers, and then we'll meet you right back here for the install.
First step, we're going to start on our driver's side. We got the vehicle up in the air. Grab a 13 socket. We're going to loosen up the clamp holding on our factory muffler to the over axle pipe. All right, now at this point, it's a good idea to lubricate your hangers and isolators. So I already did that. We're basically gonna push the muffler toward the rear of the vehicle so we can expose the bolt on the bracket above. So now that we push this forward, we can see this bolt here and this bolt here. We're gonna use a 13mm swivel socket to get these guys off. All right, now the same bracket directly above the muffler, there's another one, but it's a little more difficult to get to with an impact gun. So we're basically gonna go in here with a 1/4-inch ratchet and a 13 short socket and get this guy off by hand. All right, so now there's one hanger left by the tip, and if you lubricate it, you should be able to just get it out easily. All right, set this guy aside, repeat on the other side.
So now with our stock mufflers removed, we can reinstall our hanger. We're gonna pop it right back into place and reinstall those 3 13mm bolts, and then we can install our new muffler. And now we'll take a 13mm socket to tighten down our bolts. Now for the last one, I've got a ratchet with a shallow socket to be able to get in there. And then you can do that same thing on the other side. So now we can grab our new muffler with our new clamp. We're gonna slide the clamp over our muffler inlet. And then we're gonna raise this up into place. We're gonna get our 2 hangers installed into the isolator that we just reinstalled. And then we can raise it up to get our front hanger into that isolator. Now we'll raise this up into place. We'll get those 2 rods into our isolator and then push it back. And then we can get our front rod into our front isolator. And now we'll go back and tighten down our clamp. Now we can come back to our clamp and get that in place and take a 13mm socket to tighten it down. So now we're ready to install our tips. So we'll take our clamp and slide that over the edge of our tip. And then we can slide this on. And then once we have that in place, we'll take a 15mm socket on our clamp to tighten it down. And then once you have this side completed, you can repeat that same process on the other side. So that'll wrap up this review and install of the C&L Axleback exhaust with polished tips for your 2011 to 14 Mustang GT. Thank you for watching, and for all things Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.